Hi, this is Jonathan Smith with the Yakima County Development Association. I'm going to walk you through how to complete the City of Union Gap Small Business Grant. City has dedicated $200,000 in funding, and businesses can apply for up to $5,000. To be eligible, must be a for-profit business, have a physical location in the city limits of Union Gap, been in operation for at least 1 year as of the date of the application, have 10 or fewer employees, not including the owners, had to close or reduce capacity to operate due to COVID-19, and the business cannot be owned or partially owned by employees or public officials associated with the City of Union Gap. The grant process and timeline is that we are expecting 150 or more applications. Now, there's $200,000 available, which means there's enough money to make 40 to 45 grant awards. So please note, submitting an application does not guarantee an award. The application process opens on Monday, October 5th, and it will close at 5 p.m. on Monday, October 19th. Once the application process has closed, all of the businesses will be ranked on the information they provided in the application. Then the highest ranked business will be awarded first, then the second highest, and so on until funding runs out. All businesses will receive notification by Monday, October 26th, and those that are being funded will receive an agreement that will outline the terms of the funding. That agreement will need to be signed and returned prior to funds being delivered. If a business that was selected for award is not able to meet the terms of the signed agreement or is ineligible in some way, then the next highest ranked business will receive the grant instead. If you need assistance completing the application, reach out to the Yakima County Development Association at 509-575-1140. Remember, the application deadline is 5 p.m. on Monday, October 19th. And a thank you to the City of Union Gap for making these funds available. Here's the application. You enter in the name of your business. If you are also doing business as something, you type that in here. Enter your phone number, your email address. That's the email that we'll use to send you the agreements, the documents to notify you if your business was awarded or not. The year the business was established, the business address, and then some questions about the business. Is it operated out of a home or residence? For our example, we said no. The structure, sole proprietor LLC, partnership, we selected LLC for the example. The type of business, bar, construction, funeral, cosmetology. We selected restaurant for the example. Then here's where we upload the copy of the business license. This is what the business license looks like. It's going to have your Unified Business ID or UBI number up in the top right corner. And you simply attach it by clicking this Choose File button here. And then you navigate through your folders to where you have that file saved at on your computer and hit Open. And you can see now that it is attached, business license JPEG. If you're completing this application on your phone, instead of choose file and remove file, you'll see the option to take a picture. And you just take a picture of your business license and it uploads it that way. The next section, we want to know the number of employees before the COVID-19 restrictions. In our example, we said 16. Then we want to know the lowest number of employees that were actively working, remember, excluding the owners, during the COVID-19 restrictions. So because of the restrictions, we went from 16 down to 6. That automatically calculates this field here and shows us that we have 10 employees that were laid off. More questions about how your business was impacted. Was it completely closed by the governor's order, partially closed by the governor's order, or not closed, but had to reduce hours or services? An estimation of how much income was lost. Will the hardships likely put you out of business? And then have you received money from any other financial relief programs? If no, you simply check no. But if yes, you would enter in the amount of money that you received. If you received money from multiple programs, you just add them all together and type in that amount here. In our example, though, we're checking no. And then the grant request cannot exceed $5,000 and can only be used for eligible costs. And an expense is eligible if all the following statements are true. Number one, as the business owner, certifying that the grant dollars will be used only for expenses incurred between March 27th and November 15th, 2020. Then you're certifying that the dollars will be used only for expenses connected to the COVID-19 emergency. Let's see, we've checked true for both of those. Certifying that the grant dollars will be used only for expenses necessary to continue your business operations. Make sure you're spending the money on the business, not on personal things. And then we're certifying that we're not going to be using the dollars to pay directly for taxes or licenses or state, county, federal, or city fees. And also certifying that we're not using the grant dollars to pay for an expense that we were already funded by another grant source for. So if you got dollars from the Paycheck Protection Program and you're saying you're using those to pay the expense of your rent in October, you cannot also use these dollars to pay for the expense of your rent in October because you're using two grants to pay for the same expense. The last one is you're certifying that you're only requesting grant dollars because your business was impacted by COVID-19. And then you type in the total grant amount that you would like, up to $5,000. And here is a video that's going to give you some information on how to keep documentation, because if your business is awarded a grant, you will be required to keep documentation of how you use the money. We'll provide you with a form that looks like this if your business is awarded. And this video explains how to use that form to keep the proper documentation so that you can verify and demonstrate that all of the expenses that you use the money for are eligible. And we also ask you to verify that you've watched the video and say that if you are awarded a grant, you can comply with the requirements. Last page is conflict of interest disclosure. Here we're asking if you know anybody at the City of Union Gap or the Yakima County Development Association that has a direct financial interest in your business. In other words, if your business gets a grant, they would benefit financially from that money. If there isn't anybody, say none. Sign with your first name and last name, and then actually do a signature here. And that's all there is to it. You hit the submit form button, and you're going to get a thank you. Your form was submitted successfully. That's how you know that the application went through. If this screen does not show up, that means the application did not work, and you might have to complete it again. If you have challenges with the application, again, give us a call here at the Yakima County Development Association, 509-575-1140, and we'll be happy to help you out. Thanks.